Hey fam. Yeah, you heard it right. I freaking got fired. I can't work a regular job. And you know what? Like, I've come to this conclusion for a while, working, and still broke. Working, and still I can't afford a vacation. Like, working, and what am I working towards? Like, still I cannot put my kids through college. Like, my time in these past few years has become more valuable to me than money. And I will tell you why. Money is energy, but I believe that construct is like, it's just more accessible, right? Like, I don't like these constructs of space and time. Yeah, okay, they're not real. We don't have to get into all that. But just here on earth, I feel like my time has become way more valuable to me. Here I am sitting in traffic, waiting in traffic, almost getting in a car accident in traffic to go to a job that I don't really like. I can't get promoted at. They keep putting me in the same spots that I don't enjoy. It's not fun. I'm working on a hot ass food truck with no AC. My manager has lied to me for months, telling me that it's on its way or parts are moving to get this fixed. Like, tell me, why am I investing my soul, which is my time and my energy and my mental focus? All my imagination, all my creativity is being invested into making someone else's dream come true. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't. And it hasn't been making sense for a really long time. And I know, like, like, oh, you're just being dramatic. It's what everybody does. Everybody has to work. We got bills to pay. We work and work and work, and our bills are more than what we bring home every month. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go in a little bit of a different direction right now, but this is what I'm going through, and I believe that this topic is a very universal topic. Like, put aside the fact that I have an addiction. Okay, that's what my channel is dedicated to. We talk about sobriety and we talk about addiction, but this topic of a job, why is it always about a job? And then we get to the point like today where I get fired over a text. Yeah, he broke up with me over a text. So I have 100 forms of fear working in the background, and I'm getting on the horn, and I'm thinking about what my next move is, and I'm full of fear. And I'm filing for unemployment. And I got these NPCs. If you don't know what an NPC is, let me just it's a little thing in the spiritual community. It's a non-player character who just regurgitates what they're told, who just robots their way at their job, just upholding their like, they're plugged into the matrix, and they're meant to be a just a placeholder to just keep the narrative, the implementation of rules and a structure. And let me tell you, I am not a person who adheres to other people's status quo. I ain't never been that way. That's not my makeup. That is not my soul's purpose. My soul's purpose, which I now know, is to challenge the status quo, is to wake others up. And when I find myself talking to an NPC, I immediately read that. And I digress. I realize that this person's soul has probably been eaten by the system a long time ago, and there's no trying to change that. But yeah, here I am once again. And I love variety. Variety is a spice of life. So I think the longest I ever did hold a job was like for 5 years. I like to do different things. I want to experience so many different things. I've been in the restaurant business, I've been in administration, food and beverage, customer service, retail. I've done a lot of different things with my time. So now, you guys, it's my time, and I'm not on here to say, like, I'm going to create content and try this for be my next job, because that's no, like, I'm here to help. I'm here because if I don't have the 12th step, if I can't serve others, I'm fucking dead. And to use my imagination and be creative, because I was not put on this earth to consume either. I've gotten all my experience with that, and it didn't fill me up. So, no, I'm not a normal person, and I can't work a normal job. And if I do, it's going to be very part time. And so this situation sucks that I'm in, that, like, here we go again. Like, almost had the stability, and my child's birthday is coming up in a couple months, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. They're all NPCs, yo. You seen that movie, The Matrix? You should watch it. The first one. Don't waste your time with the other ones. The first one is all the information that you're gonna need. I took the red pill, you guys, and I went down that rabbit hole, and I ain't getting out. I see exactly what's going on. When Morpheus takes Neo through the big city, and he's like, yo, you can't trust that person. You can't trust that person. You can't trust that person, because they're still plugged into the system. At any point, they could turn on you. Nobody cares. People fire you, and the place that I live in is not that big. There's not much of a population. So for people to just think that they have an endless supply of employees, it's crazy. So here I am, and I'm looking for another job. Somebody tells me, okay, just fill out an application. Oh, really? Just? That's all I gotta do? I snap my fingers and I've applied? No. That paperwork, writing my name over and over and over again, the same information that, like, my brain that's meant to create and to hold space is not meant to regurgitate information, like useless information, actually. Because I already know that when I was born, the Federal Reserve Bank created me as a corporation. That's what my social security number means. I'm just a number, y'all. They don't care about me. So why am I going to go to a job that I mediocrely enjoy, be expected to give my all to in exchange for money, for my time, to build up someone else's legacy? Why? Now, I can't just wash my hands because I live in this world. The law is already coming down on me about my car registration and my safety and all the things. I literally feel like I want to leave this country. I really do. Like, I know, like, you know, working from the inside and what will manifest, but when I feel something pulling on my heart, just like working at that job was tugging on me, and even all the old timers that I was working with, they all quit. One of the girls comes through there and looks at me and my coworker like we're like this. That's another thing that sucks, is like the relationships that I have with my coworkers, it is priceless. Yeah. And to not be able to have that interaction anymore, that fucking hurts, man. But she looks at us and she's like, "What are you still doing here? What are you still doing here, y'all?" Anyways, I need something that pays tips. Oh my gosh, you guys. I get really emotionally invested when it comes to jobs. I had this one job for just a month long, and I thought it was just going to be part time. And it was amazing that when the manager interviewed me, he just wasn't clear. Do you notice that? That like they ask you, "Do you have questions for me?" But they're not open to your questions. And when they do answer them, they are not going to be clear. NPCs. Yeah, I said it. What? I don't, you think I don't take my time and my energy personal in exchange for a little bit of money that is not going to get me out of the hole I'm in? I'm in this hole. I'm in it. I got the IRS after me. I got the local whatever government after me. I haven't paid my electricity bill in, and you don't think I don't take it personal? Oh, it's just a job. My time is the most valuable thing on planet Earth to me in this phase of my life. It's what I've got. I have a little bit of time. And don't call me ma'am. Don't call me auntie. Don't call me this lady. Maybe you're being um polite, but I still look at me like a young lady. But it's not much longer. My tongue, if you guys do some research on cortisol and stress levels, when you're working, you'll notice a white film on your tongue. That's cortisol buildup. So if you can visibly see that, imagine what it's doing to your cells. Imagine what's really going on in your body with being in a heightened state of stress for 8 hours a day. Longer than 8 hours, actually. because you need to consider the time it takes to get ready, the time it takes to maybe prepare your meal for the next work day, then your drive to work, and then your crazy hectic work day with your boss breathing down your throat, and you're just trying to do the best you can. Meanwhile, you're thinking about after work, what's for dinner, the most stressful question any parent. Slide in my comments, man. Tell me if y'all can relate. I know I'm not on here just speaking into the void. It's heart to heart around here. We take our time and our energy and our focus very personal. I'll end with this. There's a lady on TikTok. A lady. There's a young lady. No, she's an old lady. And her frequency, when I went on ASMR live and I came across her live ASMR and I heard her speak and what she brought to that space, I just gifts, hearts, just subscribe, like follow, like all the things to support this lady because of wow, she was being creative and she was being her authentic self, and it was so valuable and so needed. And that community that was watching her, just we go on there so we can get a piece of her. And she said, yo, I wish I could do this more, but I gotta work my full-time job. And we were all like, dude, do this full time, like we will support you, we love you, like, but you know, like it's so expensive and it's getting more expensive. And I don't want to downplay and invalidate slavery because that was a thing. Back in those days, they were housed and they were clothed and they were fed for their time, energy, blood, sweat, and tears. These days, y'all, the 9 to 5, our kids are in it. We're in it. A system that is set up to disguise itself. But I gotta pay for everything. I gotta pay for my housing. I have to pay for my food, the clothes on my back, the vehicle to commute to and from work for a tiny little scrap of breadcrumb. And you want me to bow down to you and thank you for the daily breadcrumb. I can't do it anymore, y'all. I can't do it. I'm out. I'm done. Check this song out. It's by Major Lazer called Free, where she whines on the track, and you never really hear that. You never really hear like real raw emotion of just like, wow, like I just want to be free. I just want to dream. My mind power can make my dreams come true, but I'm stuck at a job where I don't have no time to meditate or manifest. You give me a tiny little break that's enough to just feed myself, to go back to a stressful situation that I never even fucking signed up for. Drop a like if you relate, drop a comment. I love you guys.